And we are live. We're about to go, sucker. We're about to go, sucker. Normally, we record these podcasts, but it's not a Thursday, it's not a Monday, it's not a Tuesday, it's not a Saturday, it's not a Sunday, it's not a Friday, it's not a Wednesday, it's not Mass, it's not Easter Sunday. Sage, go ahead and tell me what day it is.
It's Rusev Day. Let my fro block out the sun, bruh. What?
What up, everybody? It's your boy Ben Goose, and along with that boy,
What I do?
Sage DeMark.
What's
I've
good,
had
man?
Not much. I've had some research I've had to do this week. A lot of research. Yeah, I got called out. You called me out bad.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Last week.
are we talking about charisma?
Two
Hashtag
things.
charisma.
Let's get right into it this week. Last week, and me and you debate on a lot of things. We have bets. We do polls. This one I was pretty passionate about. I'm not going to lie. I was pretty... Things got heated. If you're listening to the show, go back and check out, I'd say, what was it? About halfway, 3/4 of the way of the show last week. Go back and check out the show because things got pretty heated between Sage and Mark and I. And it was about the charisma of Rich Swann and the charisma of young Finn Balor. Sage actually called me out twice. I'll get into another part here in a bit. So we did the poll. Out of respect, I will let you, in a nutshell, give the results of the poll.
Yeah, it was like, let's say like a 60-40, 60-30 split, something like that, 65-35 split. You guys have spoken, and you guys decided to side with your boy Sage the Mark. Rich Swann has more charisma than Finn Balor. Period.
Yeah. I didn't see that coming at all. I thought that I just didn't see it coming at all. We're not going off popularity or anything like that, or who gets a big push, who's better in the ring, anything like that. But I truly thought that I was wrong. I stand corrected. And I put in 2 or 3 votes on that thing just with my own accounts. So I even tried to sway the vote to get the people guessing. And I lost.
Goose. I knew you was dirty, but I didn't think you was that dirty.
No. Dirty B. You ain't that dirty. Low down and dirty.
Dirty boy, you know what I'm about.
No, I went real dirty last week. Haven't taken a shower in a week. Nevertheless, another thing you also called me out about, and I've been having to really make sure I remember it. And after listening to last week's show, it cracked me up when I was like, all right, everybody, thank you for listening. You can go ahead and follow us at... and you said, bro, you forgot the credentials, didn't you? Yeah.
It's all good, bro. It's all good, man.
I think I get it confused with the Twitter. I know it's at Real WrestleCast, but I always think I think maybe when we started this thing up nearly 2 years ago, I just got it confused. We got phone numbers, email addresses, stuff like that. I got it confused, and you called me out. You effed up. You effed up. That's where the chance would have started.
We need to pull a Kevin Owens and like contact Twitter to have them like switch our tag to something a little bit more catchy.
I think you have to have 1,000 views first. Or 1,000. No, we're close.
Yeah.
You got to
close.
become official. Yeah, you got to become
about
official.
Like 250 to go.
Yeah, we got to become official. Speaking of the you screwed up, the chants. We heard the chants last weekend, unfortunately,
Yeah, man.
during the Aleister Black, Lars Sullivan main event. Oh, well, title match went the main event. So let's get into our recap of this weekend. Clearly, I think we could both agree NXT TakeOver was the better show.
Overall. Oh, yeah. Hands down.
All right, so do you want to start with TakeOver or Money in the Bank?
Let's talk TakeOver, man. Talk TakeOver.
What was your match of the night?
Man, it was like a damn near 3-way tie, to be honest with you, man, for different reasons, man.
You got to pick. Anybody could pick a 3-way tie.
Yeah, that tag team match just caught me by surprise, man. Like completely by surprise. I didn't think that it was going to. It was funny because fans were crapping on Oney Lorcan and his tag team partner at the beginning of the match, but by the end of the match, man, they got a standing ovation.
Oh my God, yeah. So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know too much about these guys. Just from a hype of the match standpoint, I didn't know a ton.
Yeah, they were in the UK tournament. That's where they came from.
Oh yeah. I'd heard of them before, but I hadn't seen them like on the indie scene. I hadn't seen them at any ROH shows or anything like that. Indie shows I've been to. I didn't know much about them, but man, the storytelling in that match, I don't know why, for the life of me, the tag team wrestling on Raw and SmackDown doesn't have the storytelling that NXT has. Maybe I buy into the small stadium hype or something. But I text you this week, the king of the storytellers tag team wise. No, I didn't text. Did I text you about the Revival?
Yeah, you texted me this morning about it, about them being jobbers.
Yeah, I don't get it. Those guys it's about telling a story, and you have to be good in the ring and have something going for you. But that match just told a story, that opening tag match. It was a great story. I think that it's good to just, in general, see just what the tag team division in NXT has to offer. So I thought it was a hell of a match.
Yeah, I mean, hands down. I loved every single bit of that tag team match, man. The exchanges were very fluid. Like you said, the storytelling. If I had to make like one critique, the false finishes kind of got a little bit crazier towards the end, but I think that it kind of just added to the drama. These guys were given time to go, and they made the best of it completely.
No, I agree. I think moving on to the card, the next best match, it's got to be if I had to rank them, and you had to excuse me, I know you could hear that in the background. I got a little kid trying not to sleep. She heard me doing.
I thought it was your cat, bro.
Oh, if it ain't the cat, yeah. If it ain't the cat, it's the goat, it's the rabbit, it's the chickens,
that's right.
The lion, that legal lion I got, the tiger, the North Endangered. You name it, it's all that. You got a fucking zoo in the house, kids crying, you name it. It's one of everything. But unless it's a ghost, Miss Goosen hasn't been on the screen yet, so. Or she hasn't been on the podcast yet. It's very well be haunted. You could be watching next week. We could start a podcast called the It's Real Ghost Cast. Which, by the way, I was watching the NBA draft today. Yeah, it's not bad, right? I thought, man, if ever we branched off and went into this discussion or that, maybe NBA. Me and you talk about NBA, NFL, especially with the kickoff coming up here in September timeframe-ish. Yeah, me and you get into NFL, MMA, all that stuff. I thought, man, we can keep the It's Real and just go with the It's Real MMA podcast, It's Real NBA podcast, It's Real Man Show, It's Real People Show. I kind of like the It's Real Blank podcast thing.
Yeah, we can do it, man. You just let me know. You know, the fans want to hear it. We already got the gaming thing going right now. So, well, I mean, at least I got the gaming thing going. You don't stream for shit, but
bro, if you want to see my gaming capabilities, go type in It's Real Wrestling Podcast in YouTube, and there's a video on there called Ben Goosen's Epic Chat Fail.
I need to put some production behind it, bro.
I text Sage that morning and I said, yo, I'm going to wake up, and I think I know a way where I could upload a video in I could upload a video and it'll only take me 10 minutes. Oh my God. I listened to that thing and was like, where the hell's the audio at? Where's the audio? Yeah, you couldn't hear anything. So I need to mess with the settings. Play some Dead by Daylight. I've been playing NBA 2K this week, actually. Switched up a bit, kind of in the NBA hype train with all the free agency drama. Where's LeBron going? Where's Kyrie going? Kawhi Leonard going? Been kind of stuck up in it, so it made me play NBA 2K. Speaking of which, we haven't played WWE 2K aggressively in a while, huh?
No, I'm actually gonna be holding out for the new one just because AJ's on the face of the cover. So
Yeah. So you're not gonna play it because he's on the face?
I am gonna play it because he's on the face of the cover. So, I should say his face is on the cover. So
Oh, okay, I got you.
I don't know nothing about the game and how it plays or anything like that. The only reason why I'm buying it is because AJ Styles is on it. And that's probably the last time we're ever going to see him on a WWE branded headed product. Although I do think that it's interesting that they put AJ on the cover before Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I agree. I agree too. Maybe it'll sell a little bit more. But we digress. Back to NXT. Second highlight match of the night was by far of the top three. We already said what the third best match was, the tag team match opening. Second, would you agree it was the Velveteen match?
Yes. I absolutely dude, the first 5 minutes of that match was just amazing. You know, Velveteen coming out with Hulk Hogan gear, bro, and doing the damn thing with the taunts, man. I was hulking up the entire time. Let's go.
So I loved it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the minute Velveteen came out, sat on the edge of the couch that you could actually see right here behind me if you're watching the live version. Sat on the edge of the couch and just thought, man, this match is gonna be legit. So here's one thing I'm worried about with Ricochet. I'm wondering if, and help us out if you can, to the followers. Is Ricochet just a spot monkey? Because a lot of these guys have come over. Apollo Crews, they do these big spots, but maybe they don't storytell in the ring. I don't know. I haven't seen enough of Ricochet. I've just seen his big spots. And when you're on the indie scene, we've talked about it on the show before, you have to do a lot of big spots to get your name out there and get views on YouTube and all that stuff. So is he just a spot guy?
So I don't think he's just a spot monkey. And I thought that that's what showcased that entire like match, because Dream almost had to force him to be a mat wrestler. So it was funny because Dream was more doing Ricochet's moves at the very beginning, and Ricochet was doing more of Dream's moves at the beginning. So there was a lot of chain wrestling going on as well. I mean, there was spots here and there, but for the most part, like, it was a pretty balanced match, pretty balanced all the way through. I thought that the pace was going a little bit. I think that Ricochet's pace was going a little bit too fast for Dream at some points, but Dream kind of brought it down to his level, which I thought that was a veteran move. Like, I can't.
For a 22-year-old.
Yeah, for a 22 or 23-year-old, that's such a veteran move, man. The one thing that I'm worried about, to be honest with you, just for the overall health of Ricochet, is that his 650 or 680, bruh. Like, how can you not think that he's going to snap his neck one day? I mean,
yeah, let's leave that move to just major pay-per-views.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that move that often, because when he's 30, 33, 35, that move might be a lot tougher. But it also gives him more of an impact when he hits that move. You know what I mean? Like, if he only does it twice a year,
how does that
or maybe he
move
whips
not
it out.
hurt?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe they should use it sparingly, like Brock Lesnar only did the shooting star twice?
Once or twice, yeah.
And we never saw it again.
Yeah. I definitely think it should be protected. Yeah, that part of it kind of scared the hell out of me, man. But I did like that he hit the purple Rainmaker.
On Velveteen, yeah.
Yeah, Velveteen. That was pretty clean, man. I ain't gonna lie, that was pretty clean. And and then Velveteen trying to hit the purple rainmaker from coast to coast. I didn't think he was gonna make it
Oh,
all the way through, bro. And
could,
he
do you
reached.
think? Do you think Velveteen has and he's so young. If do you think we're looking at a guy whose gimmick, and he could be great in the ring, but do you think he'll end up like Bray Wyatt, where the gimmick is great and the wrestling's good and it keeps him around a long time, but he just has a lot of losses?
So
So it's a
you and I
guy
were
who's
talking
like a
about this
permanent
like
mid
2 weeks
card.
ago, and I
He's
don't think his losses like I don't think his losses are really important because you're really invested in the story and the feud. He's a heel character. His job is to kind of take the L at the end of the day to end the story, but it's how they came to the L that makes it so important. When I compare him and Rusev, for instance, or even Bray, either one, um, their L's mean more because their stories aren't really developed like at all. And it's
Yeah, I
unfortunate.
see what you're saying.
You're not
Their
invested
losses
in
weigh
the
heavier.
story. Yeah, exactly. Um, I worry how I'd be remiss to say that if I wouldn't be worried about how his character will transition on the on the main roster. But if he's on SmackDown, I think he'll be okay.
I agree. I think a guy like that, when he does come to the main roster, and I don't think it's going to happen for at least a year because he's so young.
Yeah.
I think that he could come up and just do a slow build. Maybe have him debut and do he comes to the ring for his first couple fights and he leaves and says, "You're not ready for the dream. You're not
Bro,
ready for
his
the dream."
I'm not gonna lie, man. His first match should be against AJ Styles with AJ Styles without the belt or a Daniel Bryan without the belt.
But
Just
you can't have AJ Styles or Daniel Bryan just beat him, and you can't have him go over because that says, oh, "Okay, this guy's getting pushed to the main event."
oh, but you don't have
He's
to,
coming.
man. Like you the one thing that like and I know we're jumping the gun a bit, but um what Sanity did today or Sanity did on Tuesday, like that's how you build up
Yeah,
a
good point.
heel like a heel that has a character story arc like that. Like schedule a match, make it hype it up that it's going to be this one-on-one match, but then just have him come in and just like demolish and just, you know, it doesn't have to be an actual match. The bell never has to ring, but just you gotta captivate him like that. And I don't think that he's one of those characters that you put him out there against a jobber
I agree.
because it means too much. And with the depth on SmackDown, I think that you can put him pretty much with everyone, for the exception of maybe against Joe, and it'll translate very well for him.
Yeah, I don't want him getting called up anytime soon because of his matches are great and because he's so young. I'd rather have him come in after mastered everything there is in NXT.
Yeah.
Match of the night in NXT, or we could say dud of the night, was definitely Aleister Black, Lars Sullivan, especially with the botch.
Um.
Not that it was a bad match. Not that it was a terrible match at all.
Yeah, the match was. I mean, it was definitely the last on the card. Aside from the botch, I thought they recovered from the botch very, very well. I love the
Good.
fact that yeah, he hit it and he went down, but they both had the wherewithal that it wasn't it wasn't going to put him down for the count. So he went up, he took another black mask, and then he took another black mask, and then he was out. So I thought they did a great job. I don't mind botches. It's what you do with the botch that matters, right? Like
Yeah, the recovery for sure.
Swanton bomb on Jinder Mahal, and Jinder Mahal falls and then pins him 1, 2, 3. To me, that's a botch.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I agree.
missing the cue and coming back and making another story out of it, I think that shows promise and character for both. So, no harm, no foul.
Honorable mention, we like the Nikki Cross Shayna Baszler match. I loved how Shayna Baszler won, but Nikki Cross went out the crazy way by smiling and she didn't tap out.
That was my
Passed
third
out.
match of the night, bro.
Yeah, that was a good match.
That match was amazing, man. The ladies really took care of business, man. They took care of business, and like you said, I absolutely love the fact that like Nikki wanted her to put the damn choke on her from the start of the bell. It
Yeah,
was like
the storytelling in NXT in the match is just great. And that goes into the main event, Gargano and Ciampa. You know, I always love a match. Always love a match when they do something in the middle of the match that doesn't impact anything till later. So you see a lot of times when they pull a table out from another ring, within a minute or two, somebody's thrown through a table. When they clear the stuff off the announcer's table, within a minute or two, somebody goes through. Them pulling apart the ring to the wood boards, but it not doing anything at all till the ending of the match was good.
yeah.
I think. Where are they going? You think they'll go with? They got to go with an Iron Man, right?
I don't know, man. There's reports out there that the feud is going to be considered over for right now. That their two story arcs are going to kind of split. And I mean, at this point, if that's going to happen, man, you got to think the Gargano, not Gargano, but Ciampa is destined for main event spot, man.
He called out Aleister Black already.
Yeah, I think that that's the way to go, man. And then have Ciampa win the title off of him, you know, in December or during the Royal Rumble. I'm sorry, in January during the Royal Rumble.
And then
I think
Adam Cole take it off him next summer.
Yeah, I think
Genius.
that's the only way to go at this point. Let their story breathe, and then come back, because Ciampa can never. I mean, the story is that Gargano can never win the big one, right? So let him win the big one in January.
I think after sitting on it, I think yeah, that's an ultimate storyteller. That was the match of the night. Somewhat maybe end of their feud, so I dig it. I thought it was good. Just a great match, man. Those two guys are clearly best friends, so they got that extra bit working for them. Now on to Money in the Bank. It wasn't terrible.
That was pretty good.
No, it wasn't bad. I think I liked Alexa winning because I didn't see it coming.
No, the swerve. I still think that they changed that angle. I think that was a Natty. I think that spot was meant for Natty, but for whatever reason, maybe the fact that Ronda was going to be out for 30 days doing film work somewhere else or something played into it. Yeah, changed into it. But I mean, we called what happened, what was going to happen. I mean, we knew that someone was going to cash it in, whether it'd be Charlotte or
somebody.
Yeah, someone was going to cash it in, and they were going to take the title and not beat Nia for it. So
we could agree Ronda looked great.
Yeah,
she's a natural for this business.
God, I hate the fact that she's going to be gone for 30 days, man. And that's a good feeling. Like, I want to see Ronda. Like, I want to see more of her. And I mean, the chemistry between her and Nia Jax was just amazing. I mean, that was probably the match of the night for me, man. Like, I mean, it was that good. They both sold very well. The pacing was pretty good. The hip toss was just like amazing. The ragdolling was amazing. Hats off to both of them, man. Those ladies ran wild, man.
Oh, they did amazing. I think she can go. I was talking to somebody today, and I said, man, she's just a natural athlete. Like, she's like a female Brock. And they said, well, yeah, but Brock whooped some ass. I said, in the WWE space, he's the ass whooper. But man, she can go. Thank you. I'm glad to have her here. Man, I was worried. You know, you get skeptical, new person coming in.
Yeah.
Man, she
that repeated. The only problem is that we know that he's not, like, his contract is like 2 or 3 appearances per quarter. So does that mean that Brock's going to be holding this title past SummerSlam? I mean, I know he's going to be at Extreme Rules next month, but that's the only way that it pays off. Otherwise, it just doesn't make any sense, man. I would have much rather it have been on like Kofi Kingston.
I don't think he's going to fight it.
Ready to cash in. And then Reigns fights him at SummerSlam because we know that that's going to happen. And then Braun cashes in at SummerSlam and takes the title off of Brock. Which I don't think that really counts because it's not really it. I mean, that one's from Mark. Her merch is like
because instantly
towards the end, it's gonna hold the title.
I agree. Let's get out of the ring.
Podcast with Soda. So during hot, where's the line when it comes to wrestlers and creative? At one end you're trying to protect your brand, but at the other end, the other party's trying to protect their entire investment. So
yeah.
Went through some issues. Sometimes when you get injured, you become miserable, and then you take it out on
dress gets to you. Ryan, and I agree. Wrestling industry.
So your
signature beer. And since he lost 2 ahead, after seeing
having health issues. I love War Games. I loved him in WCW. He was always dominant in WCW. When he did the Vader salt off of the turnbuckle for the top ropes, nothing. I loved his what? Only in my top 10 in terms of most memorable wrestlers growing up. And Major Payne and Boy Meets World and
Major Payne was Bam Bam.
Oh, Bam Bam, that's right. But he was in Boy Meets World.
Rest in peace, Vader, man. Hell,
give him slack about super teams and whatever goes to the West. I mean, I to surround himself or become a role player. Paul Pierce did it. Rondo did it, or not Rondo. Dude from Timberlake, man. Man. The goalie from Spain kind of like he blocked it, or Argentina. It was, bruh. Took a massive L, bruh.
Did nasty he really?
L. Yeah, man, nasty L, bruh. I don't think he knew how to play the game.
God.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, Marshmallow DJ, he took the W. He got a couple W's in Fortnite. Apparently, the dude's pretty good. DJ, famous DJ, EDM guy, producer. Marshmallow. You've definitely heard of him. Most people. He's got a song with Selena Gomez out there, and
he ain't better than me.
Oh, he ain't better than Sage Mark?
That's right. Prove me wrong. Change my mind.
All right. Well, that's it for the week of wrestling. I don't know if there's too much more to get into this week. We covered this week of wrestling. Next week, no shows, no weekend shows. We got a pretty stacked UFC card coming up here at the I think it's end of June, early July weekend, something like that. The Cormier-Stipe Miocic fight. Brock Lesnar is rumored to be there to challenge the heavyweight champion in the UFC. So we'll see how that goes. Anything else you want to touch on?
Nah, but Brock needs to take a piss test like 2 weeks before the event, so that way we don't get the inevitable envelope that he failed again.
Yeah, no kidding. Even if the good and bad for us is that since we're wrestling fans, if he takes the piss test and he fails, then he goes back to WWE. If he takes the piss test and pass, then we get to see him fight in UFC. So it's a win-win for us no matter what.
Hey, can Braun cash in at UFC?
Damn right. Heavyweight. He's a heavyweight. Why wouldn't? Damn, that'd be great if UFC was set up like that.
Dude, I would love it, man.
Yeah, I'd do like you and Mark the hell out.
Or even if he just stayed by, like, I know we're trying to wrap up, bro, but I'm excited, man. Even if he was like at the cage, bro, with the briefcase and just
and just sat there like this.
I'm next.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm your boy Ben Goosen. Follow us at Real WrestleCast. You like that?
Proud of you, Goose. I'm proud of you, man. Got it.
At Real WrestleCast.
What's
Hit us up
that
at Real WrestleCast. Hit us up at Real WrestleCast. I don't know what our Instagram is actually.
It's Real Wrestling Podcast all the way through on Instagram, guys.
At least at the end of the day, if you type in It's Real Wrestling Podcast, you'll be able to find us real easy. Hit us up on the DM. We had a couple of DMs this week. Again, like I mentioned earlier, we had a good conversation about Kawhi Leonard and trading him for a pack of cigarettes and a double cheeseburger. I'm your boy Ben Goosen at Real WrestleCast. That's your boy Sage Mark. Keep it real.
Please.
Hey, what is up, y'all? This show is brought to you by the It's Real Wrestling Podcast Group. The thoughts out of that of the host and out of the IRWP. Hit us up at Real WrestleCast. You like that this week? Actually got the name right. At Real WrestleCast. Hit us up anytime. It's your boy Ben Goose and along with Sage Mark telling you thank you for everything and thank you to all of our followers for hitting us up and talking to us. Keep it real.